Hello all. Today we're going to learn about a German consumer goods company, Puma. Most of us have already heard about this company. Let us know this company in a much better way. Puma SE, officially branded as Puma, is a major German multinational company that produces athletic and casual footwear as well as sportswear, headquartered in Herzogenaurach, Bavaria, Germany. The company was formed in 1924 as Gebrüder Dassler Schuhfaber IC by Adolf and Rudolf Dassler. The relationship between the two brothers deteriorated until the two agreed to split in 1948, forming two separate entities, Adidas and Puma. Both companies are currently based in Herzogenaurach, Germany. Puma makes football shoes and has sponsored a number of footballers including Pele, Eusebio, Johan Cruyff, Diego Maradona, Lothar Matthäus, Kenny Dalglish, Thierry Henry, Robert Pires, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Radamel Falcao, Sergio Aguero, Cesc Fabregas, Marco Ruiz, Gianluigi Buffon and Mario Balotelli. Puma is the sponsor of the Jamaican track athlete Usain Bolt. In the United States, the company is known for the suede basketball shoe it introduced in 1968, which eventually bore the name of New York Knicks basketball star Walt Clyde Frazier, and for its endorsement partnership with Joe Namath. Following the split from his brother Rudolf Dassler, originally registered the new established company as Ruda, but later changed to Puma. Puma's earliest logo consisted of a square and beast jumping through a D, which was registered along with the company's name in 1948. Puma's shoe design features the distinctive foam strip with clothing and other products having the logo printed on them. The company offers lines of shoes and sports clothing designed by Lemnek Koyate, Amy Garbers and others. Since 1996, Puma has intensified its activities in the United States. Puma owns 25% of American brand sports clothing maker Logo Athletic, which is licensed by American Professional Basketball and Association Football Leagues. Christoph von Wilhelm Dassler was a worker in a shoe factory, while his wife Pauline ran a small laundry in the Bavarian town of Herzogenaurach, 20 kilometers from the city of Nuremberg. After leaving school, their son Rudolf Dassler joined his father at the shoe factory. When he returned from fighting in World War I, Rudolf received a management position at a porcelain factory and later in a leather wholesale business in Nuremberg. Rudolf returned to Herzogenaurach in 1924 to join his younger brother Adolf, nicknamed Adi, who had founded his own shoe factory. They named the new business Gebrüder Dassler Schuhfabrik, Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory. The pair started their venture in their mother's laundry. At the time, electricity supplies in the town were unreliable and the brothers sometimes had to use pedal power from a stationary bicycle to run the equipment. Adi drove from Bavaria to the 1936 Summer Olympics in Berlin with a suitcase full of spikes and persuaded United States sprinter Jesse Owens to use them, the first sponsorship for an African American. Owens won 4 gold medals. Business boomed. The Dasslers were selling 200,000 pairs of shoes annually before World War II. Both brothers joined the Nazi party, but Rudolf was slightly closer to the party. A growing rift between the brothers reached a breaking point during the 1943 Allied bomb attack. Adi and his wife climbed into a bomb shelter that Rudolf and his family were already in. "Here are the bloody bastards again," Adi said, apparently referring to the Allied warplanes, but Rudolf was convinced his brother meant him and his family. When Rudolf was later picked up by American soldiers and accused of being a member of the Waffen SS, he was convinced that his brother had turned him in. Puma and Adidas entered a fierce and bitter rivalry after the split. The town of Herzogenaurach was divided on the issue, leading to the nickname the town of bent necks. People looked down to see which shoe strangers were. Even the town's 2 football clubs were divided. ASV Herzogenaurach club supported Adidas, while one FC Herzogenaurach endorsed Rudolf's footwear. In 1948, the first football match after World War II, several members of the West German national football team wore Puma boots, including the scorer of West Germany's first post-war goal, Herbert Burdensky. 4 years later, at the 1952 Summer Olympics, 1500 meters runner Josie Bartel of Luxembourg won Puma's first Olympic gold in Helsinki, Finland. At the 1960 Summer Olympics, Puma paid German sprinter Armin Harry to wear Pumas in the 100-meter sprint final. Harry had worn Adidas before and asked Adolf for payment, but Adidas rejected this request. The German won gold in Pumas but then laced up Adidas for the medal ceremony to the shock of the two Dassler brothers. Harry hoped to cash in from both, but Adi was so enraged he banned the Olympic champion. A few months prior to the 1970 FIFA World Cup, Armin Dassler, Rudolf's son, and his cousin Horst Dassler, Adi's son, sealed an agreement which was dubbed the Pele Pact. This agreement dictated that Pele would be out of bounds for both Adidas and Puma. However, Pele complied with a request by Puma's representative Hans Henningsen to increase the awareness and profile of Puma after he received $120,000 to wear the form stripes. At the opening whistle of a 1970 World Cup Finals match, Pele stopped the referee with a last-second request to tie his shoelaces before kneeling down to give millions of television viewers a close-up of his Pumas. This outraged Horst, and future peace agreements were called off. Puma became a public company in 1986 and thereafter was listed on the Borsche München and Frankfurt Stock Exchange. In May 1989, Rudolf's son Armin and Gerd Dassler agreed to sell their 72% stake in Puma to Swiss business Cosa Liberman SA. Puma SE has 9,500 employees and distributes its products in more than 120 countries. For the fiscal year 2003, the company had revenue of 1.274 billion euros. Puma were the commercial sponsors for the 2002 anime series Hungry Heart, while Striker with the jerseys and clothing sporting the Puma brand. Puma ranks as one of the top shoe brands after Reebok, Adidas and Nike. The company has been led by CEO and Chairman Jochen Schetz since 1993. His contract was extended until 2012 in October 2007. Japanese fashion guru Mihara Yoshihiro teamed up with Puma to create a high-end and high-concept line of sneakers. Puma is the main producer of enthusiast driving shoes and race suits. They are the primary producer for Formula One and NASCAR clothing. They won the rights to sponsor the 2006 FIFA World Cup champions, the Italian national football team, making and sponsoring the clothing worn by the team. In 2008, Puma commemorated the 40th anniversary of the King model of boots with a special anniversary edition, the King XL. XL is 40 in Roman numerals. A tribute to Portuguese footballer Eusebio, who scored 42 goals with King boots in 1968, winning the Golden Boot Award as Europe's leading scorer. Puma has continued to release new versions of the King range and released a version in 2009 to celebrate the history of Italian soccer and in particular the Puma King XL Italia in honor of double World Cup winning coach Vittorio Pozzo. In February 2007, Puma reported that its profits had fallen by 26% to 32.8 million euros, 43 million US dollars and 22 million pounds during the final 3 months of 2006. Most of the decline in profits was due to higher costs linked to its expansion. Sales rose by more than a third to 480.6 million euros. In early April 2007, Puma shares raised 29.25 euros per share, or about 10.2% at 315.24 euros per share. On 10th April 2007, French retailer and owner of Gucci brand Pinault Printemps Redoute (PPR) announced that it had bought a 27% stake in Puma, clearing the way for a full takeover. The deal values Puma at 5.3 billion euros. PPR said that it would launch a friendly takeover for Puma worth 330 euros a share once the acquisition of the smaller stake was completed. The board of Puma welcomed the move, saying it was fair and in the firm's best interests. Since 17 July 2007, PPR owns 62.1% of Puma stock. While PPR owns the majority of Puma stock, Puma remains an independent company. In July 2011, the company completed a conversion from an Aktiengesellschaft German Public Limited company to Societas Europaea, the European Union-wide equivalent, changing its name from Puma AG Rudolf Dassler Sport to Puma SE. At the same time, Franz Kuh replaced the long-serving Jochen Schetz as the firm's CEO, with Schetz becoming chairman. Puma is a sponsor of sporting events and identities in Germany and internationally. The company sponsors numerous footballers and national football teams. The firm Stripe especially has a heavy presence in Africa. Puma is a sponsor of a number of Bundesliga clubs, most notably Borussia Dortmund. In cricket, Puma is the official apparel sponsor for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, representing the city of Hyderabad, and Rajasthan Royals, representing the city of Jaipur in the Indian Premier League. International cricketers such as Yuvraj Singh, India, Craig Kate Sweater, England, Adam Gilchrist, Australia and Brendan McCullum, New Zealand, endorsed the brand and used the brand's cricket gear. In rugby union, Puma entered an 8-year contract as official apparel sponsor of the Irish rugby team since the beginning of the season 2009-2010. Puma supplies the team kit, replica kit and training equipment. Puma also sponsors English Premiership side Bath Rugby. In golf, Puma is a sponsor of Ricky Fowler and Ian Poulter. In track and field, Puma is best known as the sponsor of Usain Bolt and the Jamaican athletics team. Puma is also a sponsor of the web show The Legion of Extraordinary Dancers. In January 2014, Puma and Arsenal Football Club agreed a long-term kit partnership that presents the biggest deal in both organizations' history. Recently, it was also announced that the Puma Evo Power 1 statement ball would be used for the Indian Super League. Puma is also the official kit sponsor for the ISL team Kerala Blasters, co-owned by cricketing legend Sachin Tendulkar. So we got to know about the various aspects of Puma. We went through the company's history to its present-day scenario. Hope the information was useful and have a good day.